You know I deserve it. I've been working this
Hi guys,
hard.
welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. So I've had a really interesting week. As some of you may or may not know, in my last video I spoke about starting this new journey. I mentioned getting onto the PGCE course, the postgraduate, what does it stand for again? Yeah, so the PGCE course. It was my first week. I'm going on to my second, and it was really intense. Obviously I was experiencing a lot of emotions, excitement, fear, anxiety, mostly excitement because first of all, I'm proud of myself for just even getting this far, for getting onto a postgraduate degree, for even just passing uni, first of all. Can I get an amen? So yeah, I'm so proud of myself for getting onto the postgraduate. I had to do my GCSE equivalence exam for the English because I didn't have my original certificates that I received in 2007 when I first did my GCSEs. So I had to retake them. So I signed up with A-Star Equivalency. There's many agencies out there where you can take your GCSEs, where you can retake it. I did it online, and I didn't have a choice. I had to do the higher paper. I ended up getting a B+, and it took a lot of focus and preparation because, I mean, we speak English every day. We probably write every day when we're texting, but you don't do exams like that every single day. So it took a lot of preparation. I had to literally go back to square one. I used BBC Bitesize. I signed up with a lot of motivational groups for teachers, people that were retaking GCSEs and stuff like that, just to help myself know that I wasn't the only one in that boat, and there's other people out there that are going through the same thing that I was going through. So I did that in preparation for my exam, and it worked. I made a lot of friends online as well. So about the exam that I took, the agency is called A-Star Equivalency. Everything's online. It costs £180. Yes, 180.
Ay, caramba!
Very expensive, so you definitely want to pass. It costs 180. If you wanted to do it in person, you would then have to travel down to the exam centre. I believe they're doing it in schools now, but the main exam centre is in Islington, somewhere in North London. That costs £140. I will put the link to their website in the bio, just in case you want to find out more info. Pretty expensive. Even £140 is still a lot just to take an exam. But what I like about what they're doing is that I was starting my course in about 2 weeks when I was told that my qualifications wasn't going to fly. So I had that opportunity to do something about it then, instead of usually you would have to wait a whole year because there's deadlines and things like that, and you can't just jump on a course or just be yeah, I'm not doing the course, I'll just take the exam. But with this, I was able to do that. I didn't do the course because you can get one-to-one lessons, they're all online, but I just didn't have the money to spend on that. That's not what I wanted to spend my money on. But what I did have money for was the exam, which is what I decided to do. But I definitely made sure that I was putting in the work, because I could have got all the one-to-one lessons in the world, and if I didn't want to pass, nothing was going to make me pass, despite of the one-to-one lessons. Because even when I was younger, I hated maths, and I had private tutors for maths. I went to I had private tutors for maths. I went to Saturday school, like, you know, private tutoring coming to the house and going to Saturday school for maths, and I hated maths. Not only did I hate maths, I failed my maths. I failed it with a capital F. And but the funny thing about that is, for my GCSE, which I had to redo when I was in college, only the maths I had to redo. So I passed it then when I was in college. But till today, I would never, ever, like, I wouldn't even do it for fun, honestly. But yeah, that's that. So I'm on the course, and because I don't have my certificate for my English because it's still in the mail. It takes like 10 to 15 working days. Like, they tell you passed like within 24 hours. Oh yeah, I forgot to add that I had to pay an extra £60 to find out within a certain frame of time whether or not I passed, or it was that, or just wait 10 to 15 days to get an email yes or no, and then obviously wait another 15 days to, well, they don't send you your A certificate if you haven't passed. Obviously they call you up and see if you would like to do it again, because there was a girl that I spoke to, she didn't get it, and obviously they didn't send her a certificate that she failed because it's probably just a waste of paper. But yeah, they call you up if you fail, and they let you know you can retake it in a couple of days or tomorrow, whenever. So yeah, so I paid for the fast track and got the news, and now I believe it should be here any day this week. So a few more days it should be here. Because of the delay of the certificate, I wasn't fully enrolled onto my course, and it caused a lot of complications because I would find out information late, or my teacher or my lecturer would have to email me after the class was done. It wasn't just me, it was other people, but obviously, I mean, I'm just, at this point in time, I'm focusing on myself. So he would have to email me like much later, and it's like I just wouldn't get all the information. So it was like my stress level went from here to like here, and yeah, that wasn't fun. So there was just a lot of delays, a little bit of miscommunication. We've been put in groups now for like to support one another, and obviously, you know, in groups you're going to meet different types of people. People like to study like this, and people like to study like that. I'm a visual learner, some people are kinesthetic learning, I don't know, but we're just all different in our own little ways, and just having to find the balance of just adapting to this whole new world of online learning, and then trying to stay sane and communicate with people in each of their different ways. It's a lot in itself, but I'm learning to have more patience with myself, with people, and just trust in the process, and obviously just trust in God, because I mean, I can have everything planned out, but that plan might not be what's best for me. Like, God might want more for me, and that plan might not even just be for my life. So I'm just basically trying to, you know, I'm basically just trusting God, and that obviously He knows what He's doing. And every time I'm feeling anxious, I just trust in Him even more and just talk to Him, and yeah, believe that it's all going to be okay. But I don't really want to say too much negative things, because I wouldn't say there's anything negative about the course in itself, but it was just my experience in the beginning, the first few days, and then everything was going fine, and then I had a presentation on Thursday. Everyone had a presentation. We had to plan a lesson for year 7. It was so much fun, like planning it and doing it was like super fun as well. It was really challenging in a really good way, because it just makes you like just want to do great. Like, you see everyone else's learning style and the way they do their presentation, and you're like, oh, I want to use that next time. So I got a lot of good ideas from that. But my computer, my Mac decided to start acting up my Office 365, you know, the Word app where you write, it just stopped working literally the morning of. So it's like I did my presentation on a piece of paper. I wrote topics that I was going to address, not necessarily would have on the PowerPoint presentation, because you don't usually give out your lesson plan. So that was my lesson plan on the piece of paper, and then the lesson was on the PowerPoint presentation, but I hadn't finished editing the PowerPoint presentation. So like the app, the Microsoft app stopped working. It signed me out. It was like, yep, you need to contact your institution, and I was sending emails, and it's like, I have a presentation today. It's my first ever big assignment, even though like we literally had assignments to do from day one. We had to do online exams, online quizzes, and we were being like tested. We were being tested for it. Like they could see how long we were spending on it as well. They were like, not necessarily timing us, but they could see how long we were spending on it, if we're doing it at all. And so it was just like all of that was done, and this was like the big like the big moment. It's like, oh, I finally get to teach. But it was like just obviously like a test kind of thing. But then I mean, I did my best anyway. I could have done so much better, but I really enjoyed it. I was just a bit gutted that my thing stopped working, so I couldn't really show all of my presentation. So what I did, I made a vision board, and the vision board was super cool. I was the only one that had a vision board, so the idea was very like genuine. Like everyone had their own like ways, and it was like super cool. And because the theme for this year is Black Lives Matter, we all had to pick a poem Black Lives inspired. And I picked a poem by Anna Cooper, and it had a really long title. It's something about, I can't remember what the title is, but it was basically about her, like just her embracing herself, her acknowledging herself, flaws and all, her acknowledging that she's a human that makes mistakes and that she's not perfect, and you know, you might have this perception of me, but this is what I am, I know my worth, and something along the lines of that. But it was beautiful poetry. I really would recommend it. They're using it in universities anyway, so. But it was a beautiful poem. I chose that poem because for me it felt like I could resonate with it. It was a bit personal. So, and then yeah, I ended up writing my own poem as well, but I didn't get to that part. But it was really interesting to do that. And so yeah, Friday comes, and then I finally get my new login, my new username, blah blah blah. And by Friday I was like, I'm on top of my work. My teacher even gave me someone to mentor, because they were like, you seem confident, you're on top of your work, and you seem to be getting on really well. I feel really humbled by that, by the way, by me getting someone to mentor, because I don't think I've ever been given someone to mentor, not by a teacher anyway. So Friday comes, and then I get the new login, so I re-enroll with my new login, new email address given to me by the uni, and then I enroll online to the courses. There's like 3 different modules, so it was one course, but I enrolled online to 3 modules, and then I literally, like everything that I did prior to that, all the work that I handed in, wiped out.
Jesus is Lord!
Like this week I've done 3 essays, minimum probably 2,000 words or more with all the quizzes. But it was just like, what? Like I literally had, I don't even know if this is called a nervous breakdown, because a nervous breakdown is when you think something's going to happen, like this happened, and it's like I wanted to force myself to cry, but I felt like just God just wouldn't let me. It's like I would try to cry, but then it just You know when you're like, no, you can do it, you can do it. Like I was just trying to toughen myself up inside, and in that moment the reason why I just wouldn't shed a tear is because I knew that the solution was to just continue from where I left off, but I couldn't because it deleted. But what I was able to do was resubmit my work. It's just that it'll be submitted late. It'll show that it was submitted late. But I was thinking, okay, I already got feedback from some of the work and the feedback was really good. So surely when I resubmit, they're gonna know it's the same person with a new login. So what I did, I emailed my lecturer, the module leader, and I let him know what was going on. I also didn't leave out how I felt, because he said, be honest, he's really like spiritual, and you know, he's all about mindfulness. So I was like, dear Francis, just to let you know, I'm very, very distressed. Like I was using big uni words, like I'm literally at my wit's end with this. Like, you know that I've submitted my work, and the reason why I'm feeling this way is because blah 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 blah. And I feel like the IT people at uni are literally on holiday. Okay, I didn't say those words, but but that's what I was getting at. They wasn't doing their part. Like, I know the whole COVID thing, and it's like people are working from home, but you're working from home. Like, you could put your feet up. It's not like it's a 9 to 5 where you've been given more workload, but it's closing hours and you've had to go home. It's like, I would email them like on a Monday and get a reply on a Thursday night. Like, come on, do your job. I know they're all trying, but it's like, things like this, yeah, is what makes people drop out. I'm not saying I give up easy, like before in the past. Yes, I was a giver-upper, but something like this, something so intense like this, it, like little things like that can discourage people. In that moment, I felt really discouraged. I felt defeated. But I just had to tell myself, stop over-exaggerating. It's not the end of the world. It's the first week. It's like induction week when you first start uni in year 1. Like, you can be late, it doesn't matter. They're probably not even doing register. Imagine dropping out because you were late twice. Come on, silly, isn't it? Exactly, but that's how I felt. I felt so vulnerable because I just felt like I wasn't in control. And especially when it's to do with my own life and my progression, anything that's gonna stop my progression is something that can make me vulnerable, and I don't like that. I didn't like feeling like that. So I just let him know, and his response was like, listen, I know you're on track, just keep going. Like, it happens to the best of us, and you're not the only one this has happened to. Don't worry, just keep going. But then he was like, here's the link to the quizzes, and I was like, nah, like I've already done the quizzes, and I was like, nah, he's with it. But I'm still considering, I'm still contemplating whether I should do the quiz or not, but if I feel like it, tomorrow I will. But I did do it, and I did submit it, so. Or maybe he just like did that in error, like, or I don't know, maybe it was just a joke, I don't know, but yeah, so that's how my week has gone so far, and I'm looking forward to the second week. I'm given a lot of handbooks as well, so. But I do hope you guys have had an amazing week. Continue to join me on my story, and I will be sure to update you weekly with what is going on, what's new in my life on my PGCE course. So guys, feel free to ask me questions, anything you want to know about the course. I don't know, any like about the modules, any questions about the modules, any questions about my placements, because I'm soon to be placed. And yes, I do have the names of the schools I am going to. And it's funny because the first one I'm going to is actually my first college, so I'm excited about that. I have been there, it was super cool. College still pretty much the same, but the teachers are amazing. They're amazing, very sweet and very caring and very concerned and very involved with the kids, and I really like that. I really appreciate that, because back when I was in school, it didn't feel like the teachers cared so much. Maybe a few, but the way, or maybe because I'm just seeing it from a different view, like a teacher's perspective, so it's a bit different. But you know, when you're a child, you think everyone's, the whole world's against you. Pick up your book and study, and it's like your worst enemy. But yeah, I really love my first school placement. The second one, on the other hand, we'll see. But I wouldn't know what that's going to be like until next year anyway, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, so let's see what this week has in store for us. So guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Like, comment, put your notifications on, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.